is all about penne today in the sartorial kitchen. That's right, I'm kicking things off with my Quattro formage pasta. That is 4 cheese pasta. Then I'm doing a pesto pasta salad with tomatoes from the garden, fresh mozzarella, and basil. And then it's pasta chips, so why don't you pull up a chair and dine with me? Everybody. Yes, I'm in the garden, and as you have seen, quite the bounty this season, which I hope to show all of you. But for today, it is tomatoes and basil for a fun pasta salad I'm making, and I will see you guys back in the kitchen. Guys, we are back in the kitchen. It is all about penne today. I've got 2 pots of boiling water going here, lots of penne. So I've got the regular kind of large penne. And if you're not sure what penne is, it's similar to a ziti. And then it's got these little ridges which really help the sauce cling to the pasta. So I'm going to dump this in carefully. And I've added lots of salt to the water here because I want our pasta to have good flavor. I'll dump this one in too carefully. And we're going to come in here with our spoodle and give it a little stir. I don't want this sticking together into one big lump, otherwise the pasta won't cook through. And to our smaller pot here, I've got some mini penne. So the mini penne is going to be for a pasta salad I'm making. The big penne is going to be for a quattro formage pasta and some pasta chips. And speaking of quattro formage pasta, I've already got my cheese started here. So I already shredded some whole milk mozzarella. I've also got here some white cheddar, the real good stuff Parmesan, and some Gruyere. Now you're probably thinking, why am I shredding this myself instead of getting some already shredded? Well, 2 reasons. The pre-shredded bag stuff usually has a lot of anti-caking agents, coagulants in it that keeps it fresh for you. And it's great for topping salads, spaghetti, conies, which is the thing we do here. But if you're trying to melt it into a sauce, not so great because it just kind of clumps together and makes a mess. Whereas the fresh cheeses do not. Also, things like white cheddar, Gruyere, hard to find in the shredded section. So it's better to just kind of do it yourself. Plus I've got this handy little doodad here that collects all the cheese as I shred it, which is just makes things so much easier for us. And then you just kind of pop this guy off and dump it out and you're good to go. And then for the Gruyere. Now if you're not familiar with Gruyere, it's similar to a Swiss. I like it though, it's sharp, has a nice little nuttiness to it. But it's a great melting cheese. And when you're doing a cheese pasta, you want cheeses that are going to melt nicely for you. So that is what we are using today. Okay. So there is my Gruyere. And then with the Parmesan, that should be plenty of cheese. I'm going to use about 1.5 boxes for the quattro formage, and then the other half I'm going to use for the pasta chips. And gather all this up here. And we have a little snack for the chef. So good. You can't go wrong with fresh cheese. Right, now to help us out here with our boiling over situation, I'm going to grab some of this pasta water. We're going to need it anyways. And that's going to help us out here in the boiling over factor. Take some out here too. The pasta's already started to release some of its starches, so we're good there. I'm saving that. I'm going to show you a little trick. It's going to blow your mind. Now while that continues to cook, I'm going to turn that down slightly, it's pretty warm. We're going to prep our tomatoes. That wooden spoon seems to be doing the trick, so that is one TikTok confirmed. Now, while our pasta continues to cook, I'm going to prep my tomatoes here. Okay, so we lay all of our tomatoes out here thin, and then you use a plate to hold everything in place, and then you come here with a nice sharp knife and just slice through everything here. And then of course you want to make sure your hands are out of the way when you come back around here. Alright, let's see. Oh, it's exciting, guys. Wow, that did pretty good. Missed a few here, but that certainly cut our time in half. So I'll just come in here and get the rest of these guys. Some of the bigger ones I kind of want to cut maybe into thirds anyways. So not an exact science, but still a fun little experiment. And then some of our little guys here. Be very careful when you're using sharp knives. Some of these itty bitties I think can stay whole. They're small enough. Okay, now let's check our pasta. I think it's about ready to come off. The best way to check it is to just give a little taste here. Yeah, that's good. Still has a little bite to it, but it's not like crunchy. And the mini should cook less, but I'm going to try a piece of it as well, just to be on the safe side here. Pretty good. Let's go ahead and drain this. I'm going to let that go about another minute. And I've got my pasta strainer here. And just come in here, carefully pour this out. Ooh, watch out for the pasta facial from the steam. Okay. And I think that's going to be good enough. Let me wipe this up real quick. Good. And then pour this back in. But I'm actually going to layer this a little bit, so I'm going to set this back here. And then I'm going to take our cheese mixture. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little of that in there. We're going to layer this almost like a lasagna. And then let me get my spoodle here. And we'll get some more of this and lay on top. It's going to make it easier to dump back in as well. Come in here with some more of our cheese mixture. Maybe a little more. And some of our Parmesan here. Okay. And then I think it is safe to dump the rest of this. Okay. And then we'll get the rest of our cheese here. I'll save a little for garnish. Okay. Now we're going to start mixing this together. So we've got our spoodle here. And then what we're going to do, I also want to come in here with some pepper. Fresh ground black pepper. So I really like the sharpness of the fresh ground stuff. And then we bring some of our pasta water to the party. And here's my hack. So instead of making a roux and having to do all that mess, the pasta water is going to thin this out. It's going to melt our cheese and allow this all to come together as one cohesive dish. And this baby's ready to come off. And we'll start stirring this together. What's great about the pasta water, the water thins everything out, but the starch from the pasta thickens everything and makes a nice sauce. The rest of our cheese. And a little more of our Parmesan. I'm going to save some of this for our pasta chips. And then let's come in here, the rest of our pasta water. And I'm actually going to take some of that pasta water just in case I need it. Let's go ahead and pour this guy out. Beautiful. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Okay. Come on. Okay. Take this. It's always good to have it and need it than to need it and not have it. So this pasta is going to go in this bowl here. It's going to be my mixing bowl for the pasta salad. Okay, now let's finish stirring this baby up. Ooh, okay. Yeah, now that this pasta's cooked, I'm going to move to a bigger bowl here so I can mix it up real good. Just carefully kind of dump this out. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's good, yeah. Okay. Then we can come in here and stir all this up. Make sure all this cheese gets melted. Oh yeah, this is looking pretty good, guys. The cheese is nice and melted. The pasta's nice and creamy. Oh, so good. This is gonna make a perfect side dish to any entree. Or you can throw some chicken in here and make a entire entree out of it. I'm gonna set that aside real quick, and I'm gonna finish up our pasta salad. So we've got our noodles here. To that, I have got some pesto, and I want all of this goodness here. Beautiful. Now you can make your own pesto if you want, but the jarred stuff is just fine. I just like to find a real good one. Good olive oil and the pine nuts and the basil. And you should be able, when you pop it open, to smell that fragrant basil. That's how you know it's good. And then I saved just a little bit more of that pasta water. That's going to thin out the pesto and make it more of a sauce here. And then I'm coming here with my spoon. Whoops. And just give it a little stir so all the noodles are coated. Now again, you could serve this warm, and then you've got yourself another little side dish. You could do a chicken pesto pasta. This goes great with seafood as well. I think that's pretty good. We don't want this too thin. And then to really freshen that up, a little more drizzle of olive oil. A little bit of salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and just a splash of lemon juice. If you've got a real lemon, you can zest some of that as well with a little squeeze of the juice. That's going to make this taste nice and fresh. The other thing that's going to make this taste nice and fresh is all these beautiful tomatoes from out of my garden. These are cherry and grape tomatoes. And we're just going to stir that in. I love the color this adds. You can get tomatoes from the store, but they're usually all kind of uniform red. And what I like about these ones out of the garden, some are orange, some are yellow. I got a few that are got a little green in it still, so it adds some nice color to the dish. And speaking of the essence of color here, these are mozzarella pearls. And yes, I splurged for the good cheeses today. And I love me some mozzarella pearls. Nice and soft and creamy. I'm just gonna gently break these up. When they pack them tight like this, they like to stick together. And I want every bite of this pasta salad to have some mozzarella in it. So I'm just gonna slowly break these up. And what I like is while the pasta's still hot, it really helps the sauce cling to it and give it flavor. And then it also kind of breaks down the mozzarella pearls just a little, just to give it some flavor. And then the mozzarella, as well as it warms slightly, it really absorbs a lot of that marinade here. That looks pretty good. Now for some basil. Also out of my garden. You can find basil at the store as well. You just want to be careful. A lot of times that basil from the store, it starts getting brown spots on it because fresh herbs, they're hard to keep too fresh. I'm going to save a few of these leaves for garnish, but I'm going to go ahead and chop some up now. And we're going to julienne these. So to julienne, we roll it up here like a little cigar. And then we just come in here with our knife, chop, 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 chop. And then you get nice little ribbons of basil, and I'm just going to stir that right in. I always add the basil very last, once it's had time to kind of cool a little bit. Basil bruises and basil will turn around on you. And there is our pasta salad. I am going to cover that with a lid and pop it in my fridge just to let it cool. And while it does, we can taste our pasta formage. All right, guys, our pasta salad is chilling out in the fridge. I'm just giving this one last stir. As you can see, all that cheese is broken down nicely. We just have a nice, rich, creamy pasta. Oh, that looks so good, guys. Cannot wait to dig. All right, I just need a bowl and a fork. I'm just gonna dish some of this up here. Oh, you can just hear how creamy that is. I'm gonna sprinkle on a little more of that fresh parm and a little more of our cracked black pepper. Beautiful, and I'm ready to dig in. Guys, this is so good. It's almost like an Alfredo. The cheese is just real velvety, creamy. Nice little kick of salt from the Parmesan. Also the nuttiness of the Parmesan and the Gruyere played beautifully together. Get the sharpness from the cheddar and the cracked pepper. The mozzarella gives us a nice creaminess. So good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna finish this up, clean that up, and we will be ready to start our pasta chips. All right, time for our pasta chips. So I saved a little bit of that larger penne from earlier, and I'm just gonna spread that out on my rack here. And I've sprayed this with some non-stick to keep it from sticking together too much. I may have to spread this out though. Do a couple batches, we shall see. So I'm gonna take some olive oil here. A nice generous drizzle. This is going to help everything toast and get nice and crispy, and it's also going to help everything stick to this pasta. So that's about a couple tablespoons. And then I'm going to come in here with some garlic salt. About a teaspoon, just a nice generous sprinkling all over this. I'm also going to come in here with a little oregano. Gonna give it a nice color and some nice flavor. I always use the dried oregano, the fresh is too strong. And then for some saltiness and a little more nuttiness, some more of our Parmesan. Good amount of that. And some more of our fresh pepper, fresh cracked pepper. And just come in here with some clean hands and mix it all together. All right, and these are gonna go into my air fryer. I've already kind of started that up. They're gonna crisp for about 25 to 30 minutes. We'll check them, see if they need to go any longer. Just on a medium heat. I don't want them too dark, but I do want them to get nice and crisp. And while those bake away, I think it is time to try our pasta salad. Guys, tell me that does not look amazing. So good. So, I'm gonna take my spoon here and just some of this up. I'm gonna make sure I get some of that mozzarella and the tomatoes. Those fresh tomatoes from the garden. Get some of those pieces of cheese here. Oh, that looks so good. And then I'm gonna garnish with a little bit of that fresh parm for some saltiness. And then we're gonna julienne some more of this basil to garnish. So good. And then we just come in here with a spoon and dig in. Oh, so good. Yeah, the pesto is really cling to this pasta nicely in and out. The mozzarella just nice and soft, melts in your mouth. I get the pepper, just a random salt. And then the basil and the tomato really freshes everything up. You bite into that tomato and it just a burst of freshness. So good. All right, I'm gonna finish up my salad. Pack this baby up, and hopefully our pasta chips will be ready. All right, guys, look at these babies. Isn't that gorgeous? So I turned these around the 20-minute mark, just so they'd cook evenly. I cooked them for about another 20 minutes. Now we have delicious golden brown pasta chips. I'm just gonna come in here and give it a little taste. Listen to that crunch. So good. Gives it a nice texture. Immediately I'm getting like the saltiness of the Parmesan. The earthiness of the oregano. A little bit of heat from the black pepper. So good. Well, I just want to thank you guys for joining me in the kitchen once again. As always, like and subscribe. Hit me in the comment section. I'm going to pack these up. And I will see you guys next time. Bon appetit.